I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 287. The House of Commons. It is on page 110 while doing short impingement training, and if you participate in the short impingement training, that is at your own risk. So first do the two pictures. Which we had. So the one is here, the House of Parliament, one of the centres of political life in the UK and the World Heritage. So this is the House of Parliament. That is in London. There's the Big Ben or the Elizabeth Tower, and there's the Thames. And the other one, a picture of King Charles III. King Charles III, the head of the state of the United Kingdom. So, the House of Commons. The House of Commons is regarded as the more important of the two chambers in Parliament because its members are democratically elected. And how does it make it more important? The Prime Minister and almost all the members of the Cabinet are members of the House of Commons MPs. The Prime Minister and almost all the members of the Cabinet are members of the House of Commons. Okay? Each member of Parliament represents a parliamentary constituency, which is a small area of a country. MPs have a number of different responsibilities. They represent everyone in their constituency, they help to create new laws, they scrutinize and comment on what the government is doing, and they debate important national issues. Okay, let's try to understand. We're taking, of course, always what is written here, not what I say. So for some reason, they say because it is democratically elected, the House of Commons is the more important part. Maybe it is the more important part for a population who can vote, because that's the part they have influence over. But just because it's democratically elected does not make it more important over the House of Lords. I don't understand the reason. We're taking it as it is. So the House of Commons is regarded as the more important part. The Prime Minister and almost all the members of the Cabinet are members of the... I hope you get an explanation to the Cabinet. You do. It would make a bit more sense maybe it would be first. Okay. So the Prime Minister and the members of the Cabinet are members of the House of Parliament. Not exclusively, but mostly. So there is a Cabinet, there are a bunch of people in, and there's also the Prime Minister in, and they are most of the times also members of Parliament in the House of Commons. Each member of Parliament represents a parliamentary constituency, which is a small area of a country. So there's always a small area of a country, let's say Suffolk, and the people of Suffolk voting for one MP. And that person then represents its parliamentary constituency, so Suffolk. I think the area is even smaller than Suffolk. I think Suffolk has 10 MPs or something like that. So Suffolk is still too big. This is a smaller area. I think maybe. Members of Parliament have different responsibilities or tasks, what they are doing. They represent everyone in their constituency. So the people in the state of Suffolk are voting for a member of Parliament, and now that person represents them. So they have all voted for the one of a train party, and now if a person goes into Parliament and says, we want more trains and we want a train station from Suffolk to Norfolk, then he represents all the people, he or she, of who have voted for him. So the people of the country, not only the people who have voted for him, but he represents all the people. No, don't know. He represents his... Yes, but it means it. He represents his small area of country. Or his or her small area. He represents everyone in the country. Everyone. Everyone. Also the people who have not voted for the MP. So everyone. Also the people who have voted for the Hospitals Party. He helps to create new laws. Yes. We're thinking about new laws. Should trains also drive at night, or are the people who want schools saying, no, we want at night no trains. We want that everyone can sleep from 9 until 7 in the morning. So no train is allowed to drive for a night, and now the MP represents his people, and he says, we want a train all night, every day, every minute, the train should drive. And so he helps to create new laws. So if we're talking about, do we make a prohibition law when the train should be allowed to drive, he represents and talks about and helps to create and says, we want a law which allows everyone. We don't want it at any time a train will be forbidden to drive anywhere. And then there's another member of parliament of Essex, and the member of parliament of Essex, who was of school party, says, no, we don't want it. I want a law which says no trains are allowed to drive from 9 in the night to 9 in the morning or something like that. And then the member of parliament of Essex would help to create a law which then says at night at 3 o'clock no train is allowed to drive. The people should have the possibility to sleep. So every member of parliament helps to create a law. Then they're having scrutinize and comment on what the government is doing. I don't really know what scrutinize means, but it is not nice to do it. But in this case, it means, I think, to look if government works properly or something like that. So scrutinize and comment on what the government is doing. I guess something like if a member of parliament of Essex says we want no trains at 3 o'clock, the member of parliament of Suffolk says, no, we want trains at 3 o'clock, we want more trains, more people should be transported. And so he looks forward to the government is doing something like that. And when debate important national issues, important national issues, are trains allowed to drive at 3 o'clock in the night? And now the one of Suffolk and one of Essex are debating back and forth. The one stands up, we need the trains, of Suffolk stands up, now the people should sleep, everyone should have a well sleep so that they are fit when we are in school. The one of the school party and the one of the train party says, no, we need more coal. The coal has to be transported over the train station, and at night it's anyway a good time to drive with the train or something like that. And then we're debating back and forth when we're having to create law. That was the House of Commons. And we're going to do now just shout impeachment training. If you participate in that is at your own risk. If you're just here for the House of Lords, you can go directly to the next one. We're having the legs standing right apart, and we're doing forward shoulder services. So we're going back, up, and front, and down. Back, up, front, and down. And again back, up, and front, and down. And the last time in front. And one time. And the last time. And now we're doing one more short circuit. We're having long arms and making the hands to fists, and now we're going as far back as we can with the shoulders. We'll try to go further back with the shoulders while you lift them up. Try to go higher up while you bring them front. Try to go further front while you bring them down. Try to go further down while you bring them back. Try to go further back while you lift them up. Try to lift them higher while you bring them front. Try to bring them further front while you bring them down. And the other way around. Try to bring them further up in front while you bring them up. Higher up and back. Further back and down. Further down and front. Further front, up and higher and back. And last time, back and down. Next exercise, the legs are standing right apart. I go into the knees, ranging forward with a straight back, letting the arms hang. Now we are pinching the scapulars together and do it with the shoulders are down, not by the ears. Pinch really together. On make fists, lift the arms up, pinch the scapulars together. Raise your arms, and the scapulars, and the same time. Pinch the scapulars together. Pinch the scapulars. Make fists, lift the arms up, and pinch the scapulars together. Raise your arms, and the scapulars. And next exercise, it's similar, into the knees. Pinch forward with a straight back, but This time with the round back, stop with the round back. The arms are hanging and the arms to the inside. Lifting the arms high up and bringing them together. We are straightening up. And bring the shoulders back, down and together. So the arms high up and together. Shoulders down, together. And with effort, try to come high up, the arms closer together. As we try to go further down, the shoulders and together. With effort. And release. And the second round. Into the knees, hands forward, the round back. The arms hang, the arms to the inside. Arms high up and together. Lifting, bring the shoulders down and together. The arms high up and together. Shoulders down and together. And this is the effort. Arms high up, hands together. Shoulders down, together. A little longer. And releasing. The next exercise. We're lifting the arms up and we're only concentrating on what the scapulars are doing. If this exercise causes pain, then don't do it. So lift the arms up and just concentrate on observing what the scapulars are doing. Are they opening up? Or are the scapulars protruding and blocking the way and causing impingement with the humerus? Another time. And the last time. And again down. Do something similar, the arms to the outside. Bring them in front. And again, just observe what the scapula is doing. The scapula should come now back together. And now following the humerus to the outside of the ribcage. Again, back together with the scapulas. And in front of the ribcage with scapulas. Again, back together. And again, to the sides. Back together. And following around the ribcage to the sides. And just back and approach the exercise. With the stretching exercise, we're bringing one arm in front. Shoulders back, down. Hold the arm in, thumbs up, and try to relax the arm. Shoulder back, down. Hold the arm in, thumbs up, and try to relax the arm. The other arm in front. Shoulders back, down. Hold the arm in, try to relax the arm and the thumb. And that was the Shunning Literature. 1 minute and a little more, 145 seconds for movies. The last one was The Touch of a Void, something like that. It was by Kevin McDonald. It was by Kevin Touching the Void, 2003. And Forwardings in the Funeral, 1994, Mike Newell, and The Killing Fields, Roland Jeff, Killing Fields, 1994. Killing Fields, 1984. 1994, Forwardings in the Funeral. And before 1981 was Chariots of Fire, Hugh Hudson, and then, I think in the 70s, 1973, Nicolas Roeg, Don't Look Now. And then 1969, Woman in Love. Woman in Love, Ken Russell. And before Sir David Lean, 1962, Lawrence of Arabia, and also Brief Encounter, 1945. 1949 was The Third Man. Not Frank Launder. The Third Man. Carol Reed. Frank London did the Beds of Centennials. And when we're having Lawrence of River 62, did we not have? Before the 96, FOT 1945. I think I went. And until next time.